Formula 1 came to Australia now for the final ever Grand Prix of Formula 1. And it wasn't just be any Grand Prix, because of course the Grand Prix would decide the outcome of the Constructors' World Champion, after the Drivers' World Championship was wrapped up by Peter Hampson winning his first and final Drivers' World Championship in Japan in the previous episode. This was billed as a sombre event, as it would be Formula 1's last Grand Prix and last race before it merges with Formula E for 2021. So all teams were looking to just get to the finish line with both of their cars and looking to give the drivers and the sport the send-off and it deserves for all of the performances that have been put up over the past 70 years. And so with that, Friday practice went on as usual, with the usual 2 sessions, with many teams gaining the data they need, and also giving also in between the practice sessions a selection of old F1 cars toured about as well to give the fans something to cheer about. But the grid for the final time of this series sees Esteban Ocon take the final ever pole. Fernando Alonso will be on the front row, not too many of him since the 4th round. Charles Leclerc lines up 3rd. New world champion Peter Hampson, he starts down in 4th position, looking to potentially gain the Drivers' World Championship. Sebastian Vettel, though, will look to round out the Constructors' Championship for Red Bull. Carlos Sainz starts down in 6th position. Antonio Giovinazzi gets the better of his teammate of Max Verstappen. Two Ferraris both start 7th and 8th on the 4th row. On the 5th row starts Nico Hülkenberg, again behind his teammate, and a good job by Lando Norris to get his car into the top 10, and a late flourish showing he has got a future in racing. Daniel Ricciardo starts outside the top 10 at a circuit that he hasn't had much luck at. Good result also for Mick Schumacher, who starts 12th. Sergio Perez starts 13th, Alex Albon 14th. Both of those will be happy with that, considering the performance of their car at the very bottom of the order. And it's their teammates in 15th and 16th, with Nick De Vries and Stoffel van Dorn being there. In 17th position is Pierre Gasly, who once again got another 5-second penalty for another change of gearbox. Mercedes not happy with their gearboxes. Alessio Lorandi alongside. Lewis Hamilton, another man who starts alongside with Kimi Raikkonen, who failed to set a time after a 60-place penalty. Now it's time for the race. Well, hello everyone, welcome back to the final ever episode of Final Fantasy Formula 1. This mod is being retired from the channel. There will be a replacement mod, more about that coming very soon. And also the F1E mod will be coming very soon as well. It's all ready and prepared. But to Australia now for the final round. We've won the World Drivers' World Championship. It's only meant to see what we can do for the constructors. I have high hopes with both, but of course we're going to need Carlos Sainz. He's been my rear gunner in some of the episodes this series and has helped us out massively gaining the Drivers' World Championship. What can we do in Melbourne? Can we get the title, or will we have to wait and see?
Okay, the run into turn 1 isn't too long, so the pack will be bunched up. Take care.
Jeff, mate, I'm not going to miss you when this series is gone. Yes, you've provided me with a couple of moments of brilliance sometimes, but the majority of it's just been too painful. As 5 red lights come on for the final time in this series. Lights out and away we go. And a bit of smoke coming out the 2 Williams. It's actually not a great start compared to the Red Bull of Sebastian Vettel. We're going to dive down the inside. Have to take to the grass, but we do make the corner and back up into P4. Let's get replay. Oh, got replay here from Leclerc. He's going to have a look at the outside of Esteban Ocon going through turn 1. And Ocon, to be fair, gives him the room, but I think Ocon is going to eventually try and squeeze him out. Let's see if they can make it up into, as they come down into turn 3, I think it is, into the car park section. And Ocon is going to have the outside line. Is he going to be able to force Leclerc off? Yes, he does. Maintains the lead. Now, as we start to come up on Fernando Alonso, can we go down the inside of this Spaniard? Yes, we can, up into P3. Nice move. Because, of course, especially the fact Williams' chassis is very poor. I'm moving to lap 3 now. We're sort of moving away, sort of. Well, Ocon has gone. It's Leclerc who's holding us up as we. There's also a big back behind with Hülkenberg and the 2 Ferraris. And they qualified together on track, and Verstappen is overtaking Giovinazzi. But Giovinazzi, to be fair, I mean, he's fighting for the seat in that Ferrari team. He's doing well. And already it's gone from bad to worse for Daniel Ricciardo, who's already been in the pits and is currently running in last place. So not what the home fans will be wanting, but nevertheless, we'll see what we can do as we look now, get closer to Charles Leclerc, moving to the end of lap 4 now. Leclerc not in yet, although those softs will be going off more for him there. But look at that, the Audi engine just comes straight through. Can we move? We're going to switch to the left. We're going to have the outside line going through turn 1. Going to go around the outside. There's a little bit of grass and move up into P2. Very nice move. Meanwhile, behind us, Carlos Sainz is finally making a move on Sebastian Vettel as he moves up into 5th position. And the lap later, he starts as one of the Williams comes in. He gets the other. I think this is him on Alonso. I think Leclerc was the one that came into the pits. He's going to right down into turn 1 and see if we can get the move done. Yes, he can. So that's going to move up into P3. I'll avoid Vettel to come, but I don't think Alonso will be too happy about letting Vettel pass. As Ocon comes in pretty early, I'm not going to lie. I think he might be on a 2-stop. I'm not sure about that, right, the Renault, but nevertheless, we're going to carry on and make it a cars by BMW 1-2, and that would give us the lead of the championship. Obviously, we've got to see whether Williams everybody makes their 6 stops, because of course there's going to be lots of different strategies coming in as we come into the pits at the end of lap 9 for one and only stop. Carlos is going to continue on. He takes the lead of the Australian Grand Prix. Into the pits we come. 2.8 second stop, not bad considering the fact that we've been in the mostly like 3.2, 3.3 majority this year. Another Ferrari's in, and one of the Alfa Romeos is in as well. As we jump now to lap 11, and Sainz has got the overcut on us. This is interesting. This wasn't meant to happen. I mean, we need to work together. We're going to go to the outside while he's on cold tyres into turn 3. That's going to give us the inside line going into the car park, turn 4, and we get up into P9. So we jump to Stoffel Van Dorn, who's fighting Ferrari and is being assassinated by Ferrari. So that brought out, I believe, it brought out the safety car. Safety car deployed. Now, if you are aware of me, follow me on Twitter, you know that the safety car is becoming about a little bit too much as we watch Nico Hülkenberg. Yet to stop, he takes the lead from Esteban Ocon, who has pitted onto Sauce, and then we got Vettel, who's been in as well. So Vettel's got the jump on us and Sainz, but he's on medium, so he's going to be stopping once again as we get underway now. This is lap 15, by the way, and this is when it starts to go wrong, because instantly there's some smoke, and that is Sebastian Vettel smoking away, and Red Bull's dream of the Constructors' Championship is going down the drain, as Sainz is right behind me with 3rd and 4th, and he's slowing everybody up. There's a Mercedes there who's made some good thing of pitting under the safety car, and there's a couple of, and then there's the rest of the grid. They go by. So Vettel pulling off, and would you believe it? To recover Vettel's car, it's another safety car. Sainz is coming in. Not Sainz, Hülkenberg, excuse me, and Ocon coming in. So Sainz and ourselves, we're going to the end of the Grand Prix. We're going to be behind the safety car, which means I can't exactly remember when, but I haven't done a safety car restart from the lead since about 1,000 years ago. It's been a long time as we let the safety car come in. As once again we've had 2 safety car and 2 laps, 4 laps as we retake the lead. Ourselves is in the lead, and we've got some of these slower cars like the Mercedes, the Aston Martin Brabham cars, and the McLarens. You can see we've got Daniel Ricciardo, who's actually now ahead of his teammate. So as Vettel is making some moves on Lorandi there, along with the Williams of 2 Williams who are this lot are all right at the back now, lost out a huge amount of time in the pits of Norris and Lorandi there. As we move on to Kimi Raikkonen now, who's going to move. He needs to get a move on because he's going to be making another stop. He goes down the inside of Lewis Hamilton, and he's up in lap 20. Oh, and Hulkenberg's been assassinated by a Jaguar, and that is actually no point. So that brought out yet another safety car. Yes, that's 3. Which unfortunately it was I was going to give Carlos Sainz a treat and let him go with it, but at this point I get a message from Jeff saying that Carlos's engine is got a problem, an issue. So this is going to give us huge problems because we need to make. I wanted to give Carlos the win, say thank you for being the rear gunner, and as a 1-2, and then back him. But you can see here that although Carlos is close to us now as we're giving him DRS, we're going to defend here actually, because I know that if I do get DRS, then it's going to be. But unfortunately, racing didn't last long as Kimi Raikkonen pushes in the wall. I mean, to be fair, he did crash in practice at Monaco, so I'm not surprised. That one though was more serious than Vettel and a couple of the others, but yet somehow that one was only a virtual safety car. I don't know. Just no. Codemasters, sort your stuff out. As we're watching now, Alex Albon now, who's got the 2 blue bananas as they are in this series. Daniel Ricciardo ahead, so that's going to give them a thing as Ricciardo. As Hamilton is now defending from Ricciardo for 3rd place. So Ricciardo has done amazingly well to be back at it, and say that he's going to have to defend from Alonso there. And Alonso gets back ahead, and we move to the penultimate lap. You can see there that the Mercedes of Hamilton is getting very close to the back of Sainz. I've been trying to go slower to give him DRS, but unfortunately as we go on to the last lap, Sainz's engine problems have got bad because he's been over. Although I've given him DRS and slipstream as much as I can do to help him to get a 1-2 here, unfortunately the Williams of Alonso has gone past. In actual fact, Ricciardo, yes, Daniel Ricciardo was last at one point this Grand Prix, but he has come through to get 2nd place for the Australian. We're going to come through though to make it 3 wins in a row and to claim the Constructors' World Champion. Fantastic. So yes, not a lot of difference of course because the safety cars and all that really didn't slowed everybody down. But Daniel Ricciardo, a great job for him. He finished in 2nd. Leclerc gets the final podium position. Sainz unfortunately couldn't be on the podium today. I'd love to have seen him win, but he had an engine problem with Ocon Alonso rounding out the top 6. With Lewis Hamilton in the end picking up a penalty, as did Nick De Vries. They both had a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. With Giovinazzi, Lorandi, the only other 2 for not getting in the top 10, with Raikkonen, Hulkenberg, Verstappen, Vettel, Schumacher and Stoffel van Dorn all coming to some sort of, well, in Vettel's case it was engine failure. Everybody else had their front wheels knocked off. So this is the final Drivers' Championship. We finished with 91 points. It didn't really look close in the end, but nonetheless, it could have been another different story. Vettel second and Alonso in third, Ricciardo getting fourth. Hulkenberg fifth, Perez sixth, Verstappen seventh, Sainz finishes in eighth, Leclerc ninth, Gasly in 10th, Hamilton with all the points coming at Silverstone 11th, and Ocon finishing in 12th. And then we've got all the drivers outside the top 12 with Raikkonen and Lando Norris, the two McLarens, in 13th, 14th, Giovinazzi 15th, De Vries 16th, Schumacher 17th, and then Van Dorn, Albon, Bottas, Fuoco, Verline, Giotto, Magnussen and Laurandi unable to score any points in this series for them. And yes, we do claim the Drivers' World Championship, despite not leading it and not missing out the first four races. We do finish with over 5 points over Red Bull. I expect if they had got one car in the points, then they probably would have not been a different story, but nevertheless. Williams coming in third, Renault, Ferrari, H&M, Mercedes, McLaren, Alfa Romeo, Jaguar and Aston Martin Brabham is the grid order, is the order that we finished in. So yes, that's it. That's it for this series. That Final Fantasy is gone, basically. It's been part of the channel since 2016, and I think we've given it a good send off. I was going to do a big 100% race, but I'll say more about that later. But basically, that's not going to happen now. But I'll explain more of that later in a channel update coming later next week. But if you have enjoyed this episode, leave likes, smash that like button as I'd really appreciate it. Don't forget, if you haven't yet subscribed, then please do for more Formula 1 modded Formula 1 content every single week on the channel. But until the next video, after it's time, take care. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy your day and goodbye.